Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. My name's Nick and I would like to thank you so much for stopping by the channel. In today's Deja Vu, we are going to be running 500 eye level 79 and 80 logbooks killing Olroth, the pinnacle boss, every single time we encounter him. I have spent a lot of my time this season, truthfully, gambling away a lot of my currency, so I'm excited to see how this video turns out. I thought it might be a good idea to run back some of the most profitable content that I did last season, and since GGG made Olroth spawn more commonly, I'm expecting to make quite a bit of money. So let's get it started. So before we get into chasing the ever so elusive Olroth, I want to explain a few quick things. I'm going to make these points as fast as possible because further explanations of most of them can actually be seen in my previous logbooks video that I did last league. Number 1. I am not going to be running fully any of these logbooks. I'm going to go in, look for Olroth, and if he's not there, just leave and repeat the process over and over. Number 2. The items I'm looking for specifically from Olroth are the Olroth's Resolve, the Heroic Tragedy Timeless Jewel, Olroth's Reliquary Key, and that's pretty much the main 3. They sell for 9, 1, and 5 divines respectively. We are not going to be vowing or doing anything special with any of them. I'm just going to sell them as is. This is not a gambling or chancing video. Number 3, regardless of the items we are looking for specifically, we're going to be picking up everything. We're also going to be tracking our Olroth kills with the Tracking Scroll of Headhunting, which is an MTX that you can get from the store right now. It just tracks pinnacle boss kills. And I just think it's nice to know exactly how many we've killed. Number 4, if I die, I will totally let you guys know. It obviously factors into the cost of the video and the profit that I make, but nobody plans to die. I don't plan to die. So let's just not. And let's also get into the video. Alright, so we're going to get on our first logbook expedition here. We're going to talk to Mr. Danig, show him our expedition map, and it doesn't matter which of these nodes you pick, the top one or the bottom one. I always pick the bottom one because it's closest to the open portals button. We're going to open the portals, we are going to run to the Barren Atoll, and we are going to look for the skull icon on our map. If we don't see the skull icon, we leave and we repeat the process. It looks like we don't have it on this one, so we're going to head back to our hideout, grab another logbook from our stash, and we are going to do this 499 more times. Okay, so I was planning on my first clip being the first boss kill, and actually, this, coincidentally enough, this is going to be the first boss kill. But I opened up this chest, and I mean, oh my god, all I heard was like it's just waystone after waystone. I mean, this is what 3, 6, 9, 10 waystones from a single chest. Maybe I should be running my logbooks. I don't know, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and that is our first kill. We got... No way. There's literally no way, dude. On the first kill? Oh my god, that is literally so lucky. I literally just finished filming, like, that waystone drop thing. Like, I just cut to this portion. That is literally so lucky. Like, that is literally so insanely lucky. Okay, we are off to an absolutely fantastic start. I love it. I absolutely love it. I'll see you guys in the next clip, I guess. All right, ladies and gentlemen, just for some proof so I don't get called a liar, because that was pretty unbelievable, in my personal opinion. Here's the logbooks that I still have. I mean, I have pretty much every single one. That was like the 4th or 5th logbook. Here's my currency. It's just that kill. Here's my uniques. It's just that kill. My rares. It's just that kill. The only thing I have in the bank is the waystones. Like, this was literally the first Olroth kill, and he dropped me an Olroth's Resolve. That is just freaking amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, I think our luck is just going to be absolutely insane this video. This is, I think, the 10th kill. Let me check my MTX really quick. Cosmetics, extras, extra effects. Yeah, that's like literally the 10th kill. And we already have our second Olroth's Resolve. By the way, we have not gotten any heroic tragedies yet. So we are on a great track to make some serious money this video. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to go ahead and do a check-in. It is 25 logbooks, and I know that's nowhere near completed. That's only 1/20th of the total run here, but we have done 25, and the reason I kind of wanted to do a check-in is because I'm pretty sure my Olroth percentage is absolutely cracked. So I've seen him 11 times, killed him every single time, haven't died. 11 times in 25 logbooks, which I think is just actually insane. We've been picking up all the currencies, 16 Exalted, 2 Chaos. Those are the notable ones. We have all the maps that we got from that first kill and a jewel I got from another one. And in this, obviously, you guys saw the clips. I mean, this is insane. We've gotten 2 Olroth's Resolves in 11 KC. I mean, these are a 4% drop rate, people. Like, we should be getting 4 of them every 100 kills. So we are way over rate for these, which is actually awesome. Obviously, the other uniques are pretty much pointless. There's nothing good there. And for the other items I've been picking up all the rares. And to be completely honest with you, I think I'm going to stop doing this. And the reason for that is every single rare that he drops is tiered, so it's constantly going to show up on my loot filter. I think I'm going to bring some wisdom scrolls with me and identify things and maybe only take the things that I think would be easy to sell and put them in the tab, because as you can see how I named these here, I had to buy all of these tabs for this video. I'm in the process of making another video, which is taking up a very large portion of my quad tabs, and I don't want to keep having to spend $15 every time I want to add a new tab, so I'm going to get a little bit more picky with the rares that I'm picking up. Anyway, that is 25 logbooks. I'll catch you guys in the next clip, whether that's like a really exciting drop or the 100 logbook check-in. I'll see you there. Well, would you look at that? We got our first heroic tragedy, and this is on KC. I have absolutely no idea. Let's check. 17 kills to get our first heroic tragedy. That is pretty nice. Another one. So there's occasionally like these little obelisk loot chest things on the sides of your expedition maps, and I usually just see them and don't even worry about them, but I thought since there was no boss on this one, I'm like, maybe I'll just see what happens, because I know in the 0.2G update that they made loot from chests better. I had no bonuses. I just went straight for this gate thing, and this is what I got. 6 Exalted Orbs. So I guess we're doing these now too. Yeah, so if you guys needed any like confirmation that you should do these chests, let it be right here. This is like literally the 3rd or 4th one I've done, and I've already got a Divine Orb. I know I said this video was going to be loot from Olroth, but honestly, I am going to spend the time and open up at least one of these per Lush Isle. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to see what I can get from these, and so far, it's looking very spicy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is documentation of confirmed hidden tech. I have probably gotten 0 Olroths in the last like 20 or so logbooks. I'm on a pretty dry streak right now, but I've gotten 2 back-to-back divines from these like edge of the map chest things. So if you run some logbooks, maybe you should do these. And keep in mind, I am not buffing chest drops on these logbooks or anything. I'm literally just beelining straight for the corrals that have these little chests in them. So I don't know, hidden tech, maybe I discovered it. I'm just saying. Hey, look at that. The first of hopefully many. The first Olroth's Reliquary Key. That is 5 divines to the bank. We are not going to be opening these. We're just going to be selling them. But yeah, boom. We made some money. The luck continues. I cannot believe it. We are not even at 100 logbooks yet. And I just got a 3rd Olroth's Resolve. Not 100 kills, 100 logbooks. Absolutely insane RNG we are having. Thank goodness. It looks like, I mean, if we stay on this course, we're going to be making money from this video, like quite substantial money. And I am so happy for that, because I've spent my entire league so far just losing it. Anyway, I'll see you in the next clip. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the first quarter report. We have ran 125 logbooks. Our Olroth encounter rate is 46, which I think is exceedingly good. That's greater than 1 in 3, which is actually awesome. So we're running a really good rate of Olroth encounters. For the currency, we have 3 divines, 300 exalted almost, 43 chaos, 3 orbs of annulment. And a lot of this, or pretty much all of this currency, I mean, a large portion of it, like 90 to 95%, is coming from those little currency chests on the Lush Isle maps. And I know at the beginning of the video, I said this is going to be an Olroth only thing, but once I discovered how good those can be, I see no reason as to why I wouldn't just spend the extra, minute or two that it takes per logbook to path to those on the chances of getting like a divine orb or something. So if you're running these logbooks too, I strongly recommend, if you're doing Lush Isle, that you also take the additional time needed to just path to those currency chests, because this is nice little passive income over here that is in addition to everything that Olroth is dropping. And speaking of his drops, let's get into those. All right, so I'm going to bypass the Maps and Jewels tab. Nothing has changed in there. I haven't picked up any additional maps or any additional jewels, so that is unchanged from the previous check-in. And if you happen to be curious about that, you can skip back to the video where I do pin the 25 logbook check-in. For the uniques that we're looking for, the timeless jewels here, the heroic tragedies, we've gotten 5, and I am just super, super bad about identifying these. I have the wisdom scrolls in my inventory every time I kill Olroth, and I just get so gung-ho. I'm just identify. What do I want to keep? I keep identifying the timeless jewels, and that's a mistake because they sell, or at least the ones that I rolled are selling for less than the raw ones do unidentified, so that's a loss, but overall, I'm not too worried about it because at the current rate, if we stay at the current rate that we're at, and I don't necessarily expect that, but if we do, we are 100% walking away from this video having profited. I mean, these 3 Olroth resolves in 46 kills is just nuts. I mean, that's insanely good luck. This is 27 divines from just these 3 items, 5 divines for the reliquary key. That's 32 div right there. I mean, that's almost half of what we spent. The other uniques, the common ones that we've got, nothing good here, unfortunately. He obviously drops the Svalin, also the Keeper of the Ark, and also the Torment Club here, whose name I am not going to try to pronounce. These are all pretty much worthless, but I'm picking them up regardless. Anyway, lots of good money from this tab. Let's check out the rares. So for the rares, I want to give everyone a really quick disclaimer. I have not hit anything on the ground that just immediately struck me as like, oh my god, I can't believe I just got that rare as a drop. We do have several items in this tab and the second one that we're working on right now that did roll pretty good. For example, the Spear, 500 accuracy, 7 to 145 lightning. I mean, decent prefixes on this guy, unfortunate suffixes. We have this guy who has +7 proj skills, this helmet with a good strength roll and 2 tier 2 resistances, 100% increased armor, this body right here that has 61 out of 61 spirit. So overall, I mean, not bad items, just nothing that really hits me is like, oh my god, we just made insane money, we just dropped a mirror tier item, blah, blah, blah. I hope you guys aren't expecting that. I'm not expecting that. Every single rare that drops is pretty much tiered, so I never know when I'm going to hit something absolutely crazy. But as of thus far, we haven't hit anything crazy. If I end up hitting something nuts, I will definitely make sure to update you guys. Anyway, that is the check-in for 125 completed logbooks. I will see you guys in the next clip. Boom, boom, shaka-laka-laka, boom. We got another Olroth. That was really cringy. I am so sorry. I have no idea why I just did that. It's like the first thing that came to my mind. Oh, that was, I don't even know. Maybe I should refilm this. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to keep it in. Oh my god, I lost my train of thought. So, it's been many runs since the last check-in. Things are still going really, really good. This is not the first Olroth resolve. Spoiler alert, not the first Olroth resolve that I've got since that check-in, but I wanted to go ahead and film one just to show that I am still getting them. I am still being blessed by RNGesus at the time. Just a lot more really good stuff happening. You guys will see that in the update. Not going to spoil anything for you, but we'll see if that changes in the next, few logbooks here before I get to the update. But as of right now, things are going really, really well. I apologize for that cringe intro. That was really sad. Anyway, I'll see you in the next clip. Okay, really quickly, I just finished that last really, really cringe clip. The bow that dropped, the Gemini bow that dropped, look at that affix. If you don't know what I'm talking about, 1, 2, 3 down, bow attacks fire 2 additional arrows. Rarest and best affix to get on a bow. Super cool that that just rolled with that affix. I just wanted to point that out. Super, super happy about that. That is a very good item. Ladies and gentlemen, you love to see it. I literally just got home. I just got off work. First kill of the day, we get an Olroth's Resolve. I am so excited to share with you guys the 250 run check-in because I think my luck has just been insane. And I want to stress this to you guys, and I'm sorry I'm kind of rambling here. If you decide to duplicate this, because depending on how many views this video gets, a certain percentage of people are always likely to duplicate things that they see online. I want to stress this to you guys. I have been, at least at this point, exceedingly lucky with some of the drops that I've got. And I want to stress this enough. If you try to duplicate this strategy, it's not necessarily going to work out for you how it has for me so far. With that being said, I'll see you in the next check-in. Ladies and gentlemen, I have done it. I've cracked the code. I've figured out the tech, whatever you want to call it. I know how to make the Hoard cache give you a divine every single time. Follow these instructions very carefully. First, you spin around once. Then you spin around twice. You go backwards, you go forwards, you sniper's mark. Don't forget the sniper's mark, very important. Then you open up the Hoard, and boom, your divine orb has arrived. All you have to do is film this 30 times until it works for you, and then you're good. Okay, so that hidden tech I just revealed on video, I posted in my Discord. Shameless plug, join if you haven't, but there's been a little bit of skepticism on that clip. So, since this is the internet, and I cannot lie, I'm going to demonstrate to you guys one more time exactly how it works, quicker this time, however. Boom, 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 and boom. I told you. We got another one right before the check-in, too. Right before the check-in, we got another one. That is awesome. I will see you guys in the next clip, which will almost assuredly be the 250 Logbook check-in. I'll see you there. Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally reached the 250 Logbook check-in. I have had clip after clip that I've filmed, and I don't know how many of them I'm going to put in. Obviously, I don't want to spoil everything, ahead of time, so there is a little bit of a mystique when you guys either skip to this portion or get to this portion in the video, but 250 logbooks have been done. Let's go ahead and check on the KC. So if we go to Cosmetics, Extras again, and check our KC, we've seen Olroth 88 times in 250 logbooks, which I think is still remarkably over the rate. That is about a 35% chance every time I open a logbook, or greater than 1 in 3 chance every time I open a logbook to see the boss. With all that said, let's get into the part that I've been hyping up for the last few clips and start off with the currency. For the currency, let me just take a minute. Let me just take a minute and marvel in the currency that we have from the logbook so far. So I've said, a few clips ago, I didn't say it at the beginning of the video, I said it a few clips ago, I'm going to start doing all those Hoard caches on all the Lush Isle expeditions. And I've been doing those, and the currency, I mean, look at the currency I've got from it. 17 divines. Not a single one from any of the mobs on the expeditions, not a single one from Olroth. These are all from the Hoard caches. Follow the secret tech. There's a few clips back. The secret tech, it fails. It never fails. Every time, right? 812 Exalted, 124 Chaos, 7 Orbs of Annulment, 6 Orbs of Chance, 554 Regals, 186 for the Alchemies, and 304 Val Orbs. What I haven't mentioned in previous check-ins is I am obviously picking up the artifacts as well. They're worth a little bit, but I do just like to keep them, so I got all those down here also. But what an insane amount of currency. I mean, 17 divs. This is good money. I mean, there's some people who haven't even seen 17 divs in this entire league yet. And we have seen 17 raw divines drop from those Hoard caches. Just could not be happier with how this particular tab is turning out. By the way, the Exalted, that's like 5 divines in Exalted too. So we have like 22 div, if not more, with the Chaos in this tab. Just absolutely nutty. Getting on to the maps in the Expedition tablet and also Jewels tab now. I have gotten not a lot of these. They only seem to drop from the expedition monsters as I'm running through like the Lush Isle things where I'm actually killing stuff. So super uncommon. I haven't done any slamming on any of these, and I don't think any of these have rolled particularly well anyway. But these are the jewels that we've gotten. We've gotten these precursor tablets, these expedition tablets, and obviously the maps that I got from one of the very first logbooks. So those are the only ones that I've seen since this happened. And yeah, that is the maps and jewels. Nothing really exciting here. Let's get on to the rares. The first rare tab is completely full now. We have gotten a few items that have rolled pretty well, but I have some of those over in the second tab. If you've been watching the entire video, you did see this item as I identified it. It is a Gemini bow base, which automatically fires an additional arrow with the affix of fires 2 additional arrows. That's the rarest affix. The weight on that, or the chance of getting it, is like 1 in 900. Super, super rare. This is a potentially divine or multiple divine bow, which is really, really cool. Aside from that, some of these other things have rolled, somewhat decently well. Nothing absolutely insane, but just some recom items and or just maybe 10s or 20s of exalted items that I'm going to sell after the video is done. I have not started the 4th or 5th rare tab yet, but I have bought them because I know I'm going to end up using them. All right, and the last thing we are going to check in on at 250 logbooks is the uniques. This tab right here is just trash uniques. It's a new tab since my last check-in. I had to buy another one. Thankfully, they are having a stash tab sale right now. So I bought this one for the trash uniques. A majority of these are coming from Olroth. He drops his signature unique, obviously, and pretty commonly a second unique as well. I've also gotten some of these from my journey to pathing to the Hoard caches and just killing, the common monsters, and they occasionally drop some uniques. Nothing exciting in this tab, but what you guys are really looking for and what really is exciting is the proper Olroth's unique tab. So let's get into that right now. Bada bing, bada boom. We have 7 Olroth's resolves in 88 KC, which is insane. As a reminder, at the beginning of this video, I mentioned that the drop rate on Olroth's Resolve is approximately 4%. If we were on rate, we would be at approximately 3 of these, maybe 4 right now, but instead we are at 7. If we take the rate of these and the fact that we have these, if we take the price of these and these together, that is already over our 80 div threshold, meaning that we have made money from this video already from this tab alone, which is actually fantastic. I could not be happier to say that. I'm so happy to have finally made a video where I am making money because I've spent a large portion of my league so far making videos that don't. So with all that being said, oh, and by the way, that's not even considering the currency too. The currency is just, over the top. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm rambling. I'm just super happy, right? This is such a great check-in. And even if our RNG is absolutely a dog for the next 250 logbooks, we are still in the money for this video. Anyway, with all of that being said, I will see you guys in the next clip. I hope the remaining logbooks go just as good as these, because if they do, oh man, we are going to make some good money. Well, ladies and gentlemen, first Divine Orb from the boss. Olroth is finally on the board. The current score is Olroth 1, Hoard caches, many more. I have no idea how many Divines I have right now, but the boss does not drop good currency. Olroth is one stingy motherfucker. Oh, you love to see it. First Ultimate Life Flask, first Olroth's Resolve since the update, and it's been like 40 kills, so I have definitely gotten closer to being on rate in these 40 kills. I've ran like 100 logbooks at this point in time, and this is the first Life Flask that I've seen since that check-in. So anyway, we're still getting them, we're still making money, it's nice to see. Just wanted to update you guys and say that the RNG is leveling out a little bit. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. I'll see you in the next clip. Look at that. Olroth's Reliquary Key number 3. They are way more rare than the Olroth's Resolves, which I wouldn't necessarily have guessed, but I guess it kind of makes sense because you can technically get any loot from them, and they are sold for cheaper than the Resolve is. But anyway, happy to get number 3. I will see you guys in the next clip. Hey, everybody. It is time for the third quarter report. I have done 375 logbooks. We have 125 left, and we only have a quarter of the video remaining. I'm going to try to make this check-in a little bit quicker than the other ones. The video is getting pretty long. So starting off with the currency tab, you can see we have 26 divines, 1,324 exalted, 212 chaos, 12 orbs of annulment, 15 orbs of chance, 906 regals, and 336 orbs of alchemy. As I said in the previous check-in as well, we're obviously picking up the expedition currencies also. Looking at the jewels tab, we've added quite a bit of jewels here, a few precursor tablets as well. For the boss uniques, just going to get into these really quickly here. We have 8 Olroth resolves at this point in time. 8 Olroth resolves, 14 heroic tragedies. And I have been doing such an absolutely terrible job of not identifying these. I have been trying so hard not to, and I just keep identifying them. Oh well, they'll sell regardless. We have also gotten 3 Olroth's reliquary keys, multiple shields, multiple helmets, and we have a whole dedicated tab now to the Torment Clubs. I had to buy another tab, and thank God the stash tab is on sale right now. Had to buy another one, have a whole separate tab for these. Obviously, the actual uniques that we've gotten, the non-signature ones, are filling up as well. And then I have 1, 2, and almost 2.5, approximately 2.5 tabs full of items. And the 2 best items that I've gotten from this last session would probably be, or maybe the 3 best items would be probably this guy, who has almost 60% rarity of items found on a necklace slot. This guy right here, that's a really good start to a potentially insane ES helmet. And this guy right here, who has great physical damage, LE with attacks, critical, and +4 melee skills for a potential warrior build. We don't have anything in the 5th tab, and overall, that is the 375 check-in. I will see you guys in the next clip, which may or may not be the final check-in and final price check. We'll see. Oh, I just realized I totally forgot something really quick. How many times have I seen Olroth? Well, let's check that really quick. We have seen him 139 times, meaning we have seen him approximately 37% of all the expeditions we've ran, which is an absolutely insane number. We are getting super lucky with our number of Olroth encounters. I'll see you in the next clip. One of the best drops in the entire game, the superior ultimate subscribe button. You should click it. Well, we have my first death of the entire video, and it didn't come to Olroth. It came to a white mob. Can't say I expect anything different from Path of Exile 2. I'll see you in the next clip. I love this game. This game is just great. Honestly, seeing this thing on the ground is just such a good feeling. It's Mother's Day, by the way. And on that topic, happy Mother's Day to the probably 2 or 3 mothers who might be watching these videos. I'll see you in the next clip. I kept wondering if it was ever gonna happen, and it did. Double divine drop from one of the Hoard caches. We got another one over here. Let's just see if we can get 3. Oh, well, that sucks. But anyway, we got 2 divines from the same Hoard cache. That's pretty awesome. That is pretty freaking awesome. We are so close to being done with this video, and I just died on the boss for the first time ever. And there is also a 100% chance this would have been an ultimate life flask drop. I'm just saying. We are down to our final 7 logbooks, and we get the reliquary key right before the end. You absolutely love to see it. Oh, sorry, I'm leaning back in my chair, like stretching right now. Let me get closer to the mic. I apologize. The video is finally done. We have no more logbooks. We've ran all 500, and I'm super happy to say that we're finally finished. This video has taken me so much longer to finish than I thought it was going to. I think the original Olroth video that I did, you know, kind of looking back or thinking back, took me like 7 or 8 hours in total. This video is like triple the time. So if you skip to this portion and you're just joining us, welcome. If you've been along for the entire ride, we're finally at the end. Before we get into the currency check-in, though, I want to show you guys how many times I encountered the boss. We encountered Olroth 194 times, technically 195 because I died at the very freaking end of this video. 195 encounters in 500 logbooks, which is like a 39% encounter rate. Just actually insane. That is incredibly lucky. If you duplicate this, you are very unlikely to see the same encounter rate, so keep that in mind. But yeah, actually cracked. Let's get into the final loot check-in, and then we'll talk about the profit and loss of the video and how much I made, because we are definitely in the money. All right, the final currency check-in. We have arrived at the final check-in of the video for the currency tab. We're sitting at 32 raw divines, which is actually insane. I feel like this number right here is more than the average person sees in the entirety of their league. We also have 321 chaos, 1845 exalted, 19 orbs of annulment, 21 chance, 1284 regals, 487 alchemies, and 696 val orbs. In total, this currency up here, when converted to divines, is about 57 raw divines, meaning that we have 3/4 of our entire investment back in just raw currency, which is actually insane to me. We obviously collected the Sun Artifacts, the Black Scythe, the Broken Circle, and the Order as well. And in addition to that, we also collected exotic coinage. Unfortunately, these guys down here are pretty much worthless, but if we get to doing the, recombinator, they are the currency that you use to recombinate items. So these will be useful in the future if I want to make a bit of money from the other drops that I got from this video that came directly from the boss, and we'll get into those in just a second. All right, so getting into the rare items and then the uniques, we have a full tab here, and you guys have seen a majority of these, including this guy down here that rolled with the bow attacks, fire 2 additional arrows affix, very rare, very lucky. We have a third tab here, almost completely full, and in our fourth tab are the items that rolled the best in the last 125 logbooks. I'll just scroll over these really quick. There are some pretty good items in here. Nothing absolutely incredible, but all of these items will be sold and can be sold for, tens of exalted, maybe even a divine or two. We have a few items here that do stick out, such as this guy and maybe the bow attacks fire 2 additional arrows bow, among some other things. Overall, if I had to put a price on the rares, we're probably looking at anywhere from 10 to 15 div, and I think that's being a little conservative. I'm not planning on selling all of these and doing a final price check. We'll just kind of say it's 10 div and go on the low end, and I'll add that into the total profit that we have towards the end of the video. Before we get into the boss uniques, we have to cover the trash ones, and I'll make this really, really short. Nothing here really stood out to me. We didn't get any of the chase uniques that aren't a boss drop. We did get quite a variety here, though, which is pretty cool. Actually, some of these I don't even have in my unique collection tab, so I will be increasing my overall collected uniques, which is fantastic. But for the most part, all of these are just going to be chance shards. Before we get into the boss uniques, though, we have a message from today's sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by the comment section. All you have to do is click the comment button, leave a comment, and I will read it. And I appreciate you guys so much for doing so. Now let's get into the final boss loot. Behold, ladies and gentlemen, the moment I have all been waiting for. Finally, we are getting to the boss uniques, the coup de grace of this video. In 500 logbooks, we encountered Olroth 194 times, and that boy blessed us with 11 Olroth's Resolves, 17 Heroic Tragedies, and 4 Olroth's Reliquary Keys. If we take the going rate of prices on all these items, 99 for the Olroth's Resolves, 17 divs for the Heroic Tragedies, and 20 for the Olroth's Reliquary Keys, that puts us right at 136 divines. And that is not counting any of the currency that we have, or anything that we sell our rare items for, some of our jewels for, the chance shards that we break all of our excess uniques down into. So overall, we made a bunch of profit. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take all these items, I'm going to work on selling them, maybe give it an hour or so, and I'll get back to you guys with the total profit and loss of this video. But obviously, that's just going to be profit. I'll be back in just a second. Okay, quick little aside. So these have gone up in price. All right, everybody, we have arrived at the very last part of the video, the final check-in. So as a frame of reference, I paid 80 divine, almost on the dot, for all 500 logbooks, and we are walking away with 194 raw divines, meaning we profited 114 or more divines from this video. If we take into account the total time that it took to run all of these, we're looking at about 5 div an hour, a little bit more, maybe like 5.5 div an hour. Regardless, very, very good money. We got incredibly lucky with the drops that we got. I can't complain, and I'm very, very happy with how this video turned out. It's going to give me a ton of currency fuel for future degenerate gambling videos. A few little side points. We have 5 additional heroic tragedies that I have not sold, as well as some other ones that I have in a dump tab here. These 5 I did set aside because they all have multiple nodes that increase your lightning damage, and lightning spear is a meta, so we may be able to sell these for a little bit more. We have all of our rares in 1 divine dump tabs and a few of them in a separate tab for individual priced items. But that's it. If you've made it this far, if you're still watching, I just want to say thank you. Please feel free to like the video, leave a comment. I read every single one of them. Subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. And with all this being said, the video coming to an end, I want to say thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.